see. I'm going to share my screen. Open this. We're good. So we're going to talk about the millionaire mindset, and to get to the billion, you got to start with the million. And so we're going to talk about the millionaire mindset. And this week, we're going to talk about finding the path towards to get that million, to get that first million, to get that second million, to work your way up to the billion, to maybe get to 500,000. We're going to figure out how to start the path to start moving towards the right direction. And so one of the ways that we do that is we have to start by taking control of our actions and taking control of our environment. And so in this webinar, I'm going to share with you some of the steps and some of the strategies that I've used to maneuver through this life of obstacles. That's really what it is: obstacles, challenges, setbacks, failures. And so before we get started, I'll share a little bit about myself. And so dropped out of ninth grade, had twin boys, didn't really have any education. I didn't learn how to read till I was like 20, maybe 26. I started working at an auto shop, and then I started working in a body shop and developed the skills to be a body man, got skills to be a painter, and I slowly started to grow from that. But nothing really changed in my life until I got serious about trying to find the right path to achieve success. And that path started by me just starting to educate myself and starting to learn how to read and understanding how business actually worked. And so during the process of finding the path, I've had the opportunity of working with some of the best business coaches, life coaches, consultants, strategists to help me on this path. And the path is not easy. The path is not for everybody, but I know that once you make a commitment to yourself that you're going to go on this path, and that and you accept the challenge, that it's going to be rough, and that there's going to be setbacks, and you're not going to feel comfortable at times. At the end of the day, you'll be happy with yourself, because at the end of your life, you might get asked, hey, what did I give you? What did you achieve with the life that I gave you? And if you're not able to provide a good answer, that's when you knew that maybe you should have done more. So I've had the opportunity of working with I'm going to name a bunch of people here: Michael Coffey, Kay Wakeman, T. Bowman, Tim Story, Brian Tracy, Coach Michael Burt. I've had the opportunity to interview some of the best minds in the world: Elena Cardone, Sofia Castro, Rafael Vargas, Anthony Lally, just to name like a few. You can also go back and watch some of those podcasts that I've done, and how I've been able to build some of those relationships. And part of the road, part of the process to achieving success is to build relationships. And because those relationships they're gonna pull you up. They're gonna increase your value. And you need those relationships. You need the higher value relationships to actually pull you up to to their level. So we'll get started here. And to this day, what we do is we have a 8,000 square foot repair shop. We have a real estate investment company. We have a commercial investment company. We do some consulting. We do some business coaching, and we also do some other business ventures as well, because of the way that this path has taken us, like the business path and the mindset path and the self-improvement path and the relationship path. And it's really opened up a lot of opportunities for us. But at the same time, we've also had the opportunity of creating opportunities for ourselves. So you want to get to the point where you're actually creating opportunities for yourself. You're not just sitting around waiting. You're actually the one, uh, you know, forcing some kind of reaction in the marketplace. You want to get to the place where you're mentally, capable of, you know, forcing those that movement in the marketplace. Because if you can force that movement, then you're not a consumer. You understand? Like you're not a consumer. You're actually the force. When you become the force, then that's when change starts to happen. So part of finding the path, it's going to start with taking control over your mindset. And so let me go to the next screen here. Taking control of your mindset and not allowing, your old habits to control your life anymore. And so the way that this shift has to occur is you're gonna have to do like an inventory. It's gonna be a mental inventory of your day, of your actions. What improvements can you make? And you're gonna have to start slowly with making those improvements, because you can't change everything like in one day. You can't change everything in a week, in 2 weeks. It takes time. And so the best way to do this is to track your activities, track your habits, track your good habits, track your bad habits, track your flaws, track your strengths, and then start to dissect that and say, okay, you know what, I need to improve in this area. What can I improve in this what can I improve this month? So it's going to be one thing at a time. You're going to be improving as you drop a bad habit. You want to fill that with a good habit. So you're constantly making this change. And so it's not going to be easy, like to do the habit thing. I know a lot of people talk about setting goals and what are your goals, what are your habits. And so the easiest way that you can start to achieve some of these shifts in habits and goal setting is make them as small as possible. And so if you set something that's not normal for you, that you don't usually do, you're more likely going to reject the change. So the way you do that is, like, for example, let's say you want to start reading a book, and you pick up a book, and the book is 400 pages. And just the thought of you reading 400 pages, you're gonna be like, man, that's a lot of book. It's gonna take me forever. And so you're not gonna be able to read that book in one day. You might not even be able to read it in a week. But if you tell yourself, you know what, I'm gonna read a page a day, and you might start off reading a page a day, but then you're like, man, that's still too much. You can read half a page a day. So go as far as like what feels like not a big deal. Like if you have to read half a page a day, and it's not a big deal for you, then start with half a page a day. And eventually what will happen is you'll go from half a page to a page, and then from one page you'll go to 2 pages. But it's going to be the slow changes that you got to apply to make these habit shifts. The next thing I wanted to share with you is uh, reactive being versus proactive. So I talk about that a lot, and it's something that's been shared in the business world quite often. Is like, are you being reactive or proactive towards your future, right? And so what I mean by that is, like, if you take an inventory of your time and say, okay, well, how many things did I do today that actually moved me closer to what I want to, where I want to be in the next year? What did I do today that moved me closer of where I want to be by the end of the month? What actions did I do today that actually moved me an inch forward, that I'm ahead tomorrow? And so this is going to be an inventory of your time. And what you'll start to notice is if you're proactive with your time and your energy, you're going to be doing things that are going to be moving you forward, that are keeping you mentally stable for the next day. And so a lot of times that means like saying no to people, telling them you can't help them, you can't do this, and really protecting your energy and protecting your time. And you want to transition from being in a reactive state to a proactive state. And when you're reactive, that sounds, I mean, it's pretty much how it sounds, like you're just reacting to whatever comes up. Like you're, how they say, like the manager's job is to put out fires all day. And, and that, I mean, that's his job, is to put out fires. But you don't want to be a manager for your life. You want to be in charge of your life, where you're being proactive of the actions that you're doing that's moving you forward. That's going to be one of the main things. Start to write what you want. And it sounds kind of like cheesy. It sounds kind of you know sounds kind of simple, but it is simple. Just start to write the things that you want. Start to write the things that you're going to work towards, and start to share you know your plan on paper. Don't just so don't just don't share your dreams. It's like, share your plans. Like, share the plans to achieve those dreams. you know you don't want to be a daydreamer, you want to be a planner. And the more you can write down, the more you can clarify. Just by writing it, it's gonna higher the chances of you achieving that goal. So writing is going to be very personal, very, very, very powerful. There's several assessment tests you can take. Also, I'm going to start sharing some of the stuff from this slideshow, but there's several assessments you can take. There's several assessments you can take that will actually help you uh, get a better understanding of how you are as a person, how you operate, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. The assessment tests are going to be very powerful. One of the assessments is going to be Strength Finders, and that's a book you can purchase online. Just Strength Finders, you can buy the book online, and it comes with a code, an assessment code, and you can start to identify your strengths and your weaknesses. Uh, the 30-minute distraction, I talk about that quite often. The 30-minute distraction, what that is like, in the morning, make sure you're committing 30 minutes to yourself to find out what's priority for your day, to get your mind right, to get your thoughts right, to just write down what you want. Use that 30 minutes to journal, or use that 30 minutes to write down what your life to-do list are. Like, what do you want to do in your life? Like what do you plan to do for your life to-do list. Some things that are very powerful in the morning is if you listen to like a sermon, a motivational speech. A powerful speech will always get your mind right in the morning. You can start by listening to a sermon, listening to a motivational speech, and then go into like writing your journal, going into writing your to-do list for your life. You can go into that. uh, One thing that also opens up your mind to thinking is walking, some kind of walking. Whenever you're walking, it actually opens up your mind to be more creative, to expressing, you know, what your thoughts are. And if you can express your thoughts, it's gonna the better you can make the clearer you can make your thoughts and your ideas, uh you higher the likelihood of them coming to fruition. So walking is going to help you really clarify and bring some adjustment to your mental life. Meditation is also too, I guess, that falls like into the 30 minutes in the morning of just like stillness, of you just taking the time to focus on yourself and getting clarity with yourself. The meditation is going to be very powerful. I encourage you to really study the meditation, like study exactly what meditation means, study exactly what works for you, because there's different forms of meditation. And if you find the one that works for you, that's going to be the one that works out the best. I talked to you about mental bandwidth. And so mental bandwidth is very powerful because every day we have this I want to say it's like on your phone, like you have a battery life on. Just imagine, like, just check this out. So just imagine, I'm going to use this example. Just imagine that in the morning you got up and your battery was on 100%. Okay. But throughout the day, you're on social media, you're Googling stuff, you're watching, you're listening to music videos, uh, you're on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, uh, Twitter. Maybe you're just like talking to your friend about some gossip, just random like stuff, right? How quick do you think that's gonna drain the battery of your phone? It's gonna probably drain it pretty quick. So just imagine, right? You get up in the morning and your phone's at 100%, but as you're going through the day, you're being distracted by all this stuff that's going on, by the social media, by people calling you with gossip, people calling you with randomness, right? It's gonna burn out your battery pretty quick. Well, our brains are the same way. Our minds are the same way. We only whenever we sleep, that's when we recharge. So think about that. Whenever you sleep is when you're recharging. Okay. Whenever you're resting, you're recharging. Okay. So what that means is, like, if you get up in the morning and you're just go, you're just going and you're just like dealing with this drama, you're dealing with that friend and this and that, and you're just kind of going, and your mind's going 100 miles an hour. Your battery, your mental battery, your bandwidth is going to be gone by lunchtime. Your mental battery is going to be gone by lunchtime, and then you're going to eat a bad lunch, and then you're going to be real tired. Now you're just like, man, I'm done for the day. I'm already done. It's 2 o'clock, and I'm already done for the day. It's because that you didn't protect that mental bandwidth. And so some of the ways to protect that to protect the mental bandwidth is to have a routine in the morning. Like, know what you're going to eat for lunch, know what you're going to eat for breakfast, know how are you going to, when you get to work, what is your routine at work? Do you check your emails first? Do you write down assignments? Do you have a meeting first? Figure out what's going to be the most productive things to do first, and then do the non-step stuff later. Like, you can wait till after 2 o'clock to get on your phone for Facebook or Instagram. Just wait till after 2 o'clock, because you're already gonna be, if you're tired, waste your waste the nonsense on the nonsense, right? So in the morning, use your productive mental power that's gonna be make you money, that's gonna make you productive, that's gonna move the needle forward for your life. Use that energy to solve those problems, to move you forward in that direction, and then use whatever's left over at the end of the day for something that doesn't make sense. If your friend calls you in the morning at 9 o'clock and has drama with her boyfriend, say, hey, you know what? Do me a favor, call me at 3 o'clock and we can talk about this as much as you want. Right now, I can't talk. And make it like that. Make it that really, you know. And what will happen is, like, you'll start to, like, get those people will start to leave your life because they know you don't have the time to waste on that drama. They'll go call someone else. And it doesn't matter what you say, that person's always going to have that drama, and they're always going to have that, because they need to realize that for themselves. That person needs to realize that for themselves before they make that change. So you can practice, you can preach, and you can, but really what they're wanting to do is they're wanting to use your bandwidth, because they're wanting you to absorb their energy. Because once you absorb their energy, that means they release that energy to someone, and someone had to absorb it. And because you absorbed it with your mental bandwidth, I mean, they got the best of your day. They got the best of your day. So the best way to control that is just know, hey, you know what? Uh, you don't want to be rude. Just say, hey, you know what? Like, I really would love to talk, but can we finish this conversation later? Can we schedule a time later to where we can talk, to where I'm I'm able to like listen to you. I'm alert and I'm able to like listen to what you're saying. Cause right now I can't listen to what you're saying. And if I can't hear what you're saying correctly, I'm probably gonna say something you don't like, and it's probably gonna make situations worse. So let's just table this for now, and let's schedule it for this afternoon or something that's gonna be a little bit more productive for both of us. And you're just protecting you're protecting your mental energy, and that's what it comes down to. Delegate, trim the fat, work smart, get experience. So I mean, you want to grow, right? You want to grow in the areas that you're not that good at. And once you get better at the things that you're not good at, you're going to perform better. So that can be in your job, your career, whatever. Um, I share all these notes and I also send these out on email. This is one of the personality tests you could take. I share that. I share that also. These are some of the characteristics that also will play out in life. And so you can actually take a screenshot of this. And this is a very powerful question right here. Who do you want to be? And whenever you decide who you really want to be, uh, you can make that change. So you can pick the character. The cool thing about video games is like you can pick the character, right? I know that when I take my daughter to the pizza place, to Peter Piper's or to Chuck E. Cheese, and we get on that motorcycle game, she always gets to pick how she wants the bike to look. She gets to pick everything about it: the color, the wheels, the motor size. She also gets to pick the driver. How's the driver gonna look? How's the driver gonna dress? How? And so we also have that same power, and we also have that same ability to pick the character that we want to be. A lot of times we're just playing the character that someone else is wanting us to be. And what I mean by that is like, we might have someone that's negative around us. We might have those friends that aren't really the best of friends, and because we choose to be around those characters, we start to act like those characters. And it's not by choice; it's just because we think we don't know any better. But you can actually choose the characters that you want to be around, and you can also choose the character that you want to be. So this is a very powerful thing to ask yourself: who do you want to be? And you can mismatch any of these. It doesn't have to be one thing. You can say, okay, these are some of the characteristics I want to have, and you can start to apply those. And I would take it a step further. Is I would look up each one of these words to know exactly what the meaning is, so you can actually play out that character to the T, because you know exactly what your characteristics are. So hey guys, so we come every Wednesday at 5:30 with this, and I usually I'll send out a email, a reminder. And also, so we have some services that we offer. We have some things that we offer, and I just want to throw this out there. And if the podcast, if you've watched the podcast playlist, and if you feel like, hey, you know what, some of the stuff, it's helped me kind of change some, direction in my life. It's actually taught me to look at things a little bit different. Please like and share this video. Subscribe. Share it with someone else. We're really trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. Maybe hopefully by the end of the 2 months. Hopefully, I'll say 2 months. We'll give ourselves 2 months to have 1,000 subscribers. And I'm not going to be able to do this without your help, man. I'm telling you straight up. I need your help to help me do this. And like I said, I'm open to also suggestions. What do you like? What do you don't like? What do I need to do more of? And we can actually transition to do those things more. But what I offer here is we have one sign up fee. The sign up fee is $95, right? And so basically what it is the one-time fee. And I send you assessment test. There's 4 assessment tests. And then we'll also get on a call, and we'll kind of go over those assessments, and we'll kind of answer some questions. We'll kind of get some clarity on what changes you need to make, and what you feel comfortable doing first. And I'll just follow up and keep you accountable on that. And one of the things that I think this thing is most beneficial for is it's having an accountability partner. It's kind of like hiring a workout partner, because I'm I'm gonna be checking in and say, hey, how you doing on that? How's everything going? Do you want to get back on a call? What do we need to do to move forward? Where are you stuck at? What are you struggling with? How's family? How's your personal life? How's your business going? And it's always good to have someone in your corner just to observe and ask you for those little pointers, right? Because a lot of times, why do you think that boxers have the guys on the corner of the ring, the ring guys, right? They have their crew over there in the corner, because when the fighter's in the fight, when you're in the fight, you can't really see everything. That's why those guys are with them, because whenever the bell rings, he comes to the corner and then his team says, hey, you know what? Watch out for this. Make sure you keep your arm up because you're leaving yourself vulnerable. Okay, when you come in, this is the weakness. This is what you need to watch out for. This is what you need to start doing. If you do this one little thing, it's going to change a lot moving forward. So it's always good to have those people in your corner, because when we get up in the morning and we set out to go chop wood and carry water, a lot of times we're just focusing on chopping the wood and carrying the water. We a lot of times we miss the environment. We might not even be in the right environment. And so a lot of times it takes someone in our corner to say, hey, bro, are you in the right environment? I know you're getting a lot of wood. I know you're getting a lot of water, but have you took some time to observe your environment? Because, are you sure you're getting the water and the wood from the right place? Because you might be setting yourself up for something. So it's always good to have those people in your corner, holding you down. Hey man, what's going on with this? How's that look? So it's about accountability. I would say that's the most thing. I also have a journal that I can send you out. The journal is a massive action journal, and it's just to keep you accountable and writing down your stuff, man. If you have a journal to write down your stuff, it higher the chances of you achieving those goals. It's a check. It higher the chances of you. It hires. There's a check. There was a check in my journal. Nice. So check this out, guys. I write everything down. I highlight it. Daily journal. I keep all my notes. I keep all my thoughts. I keep all my, anything that's gonna move the needle forward. I write it down. I remind myself ideas. I write it down. I always have this journal, and you can save those journals. I save all my journals because I like to go back I like to go back at the end of the year and say, man, I remember like 2 years ago I was thinking about this, and I've already moved way past this. I remember one time that one of my biggest goals was to buy an investment property, right? And I was like, man, this is a big goal. I want to buy an investment property. I want to have a rental house, right? And that was like a goal, right? And I remember writing it down a long time ago in one of my journals, and I went back and looked, and now we're like, we have a bunch of rentals. Like, I'm like, man, I remember when I was like dreaming about one. Now we have all these rentals, all this property, all this stuff going on. And I was like, man, because I think I wrote it down. I wrote it down and I made it a to-do list. I made a to-do list, but not only did I do that, I exceeded it. So, hey guys, we have the $97. That's a one-time fee. I'll put the link below. We have the journal. It's the links below. And then we also have a massive action. This is a strategy planner, principles binder. This is actually a full page binder with the whole. I'll show you a little sample of it here. Let's see if I can show you a sample of it. You're going to like this. You're going to like this, guys. Let me see if this is it. This is actually the binder right here. So these are all worksheets. I'm gonna go through these really quick, but just so you know, so you get an idea of what it is. And if you're interested in it, I highly recommend that you get it. It starts with the questions. We ask some questions, man. We get down to the questions because only you can answer those questions. I can't determine your path. Only you can. I gotta extract that from you. What's the destination? Questions. We write. And this is a workbook. This is a workbook. And so these are mile markers. So that's 1 year. So we're forecasting out. We're looking at some steps. We have a bunch of little tips in here. We have a bunch of different strategies. We have a bunch of different things about habits, and we have this thing's a little like gold mine right here. It has a bunch of information. It has tests in there. It has videos. Has QR codes, meditation videos. It has a lot of good stuff in there, man. And so I highly encourage you to look into getting the binder. And if you're serious, I tell you what, if you're very, very serious and you say, hey Stan, you know what, I signed up for the $97, I'm gonna get the journal. I'll hook you up with the binder. I'll hook you up with the binder. If you sign up for the $97 and you do the journal, you get the journal, I'll get you a binder as well. And that's an exclusive binder. Uh, and I guarantee you, it'll transform everything. It'll transform some shit. Like, it's serious stuff. It's serious. When you get the binder and you start to like write some of this stuff down, it starts to bring clarity. It starts to bring like your wish. It starts to bring that closer to you. It starts to bring it closer. And when you can start to bring the things that you see closer, you're gonna see people, opportunities present themselves that they've always been there, but you've never paid attention to it because you didn't take the time to write it down. So hey guys, I want to thank y'all for sticking around. Make sure y'all, if you can, please subscribe to the channel, share it with some people that you feel that might be interested in just changing their mindset. Someone that that maybe didn't have a good childhood, maybe someone that doesn't that's very, you see someone that has a lot of potential. They just need the right information. If you know someone that you like, man, you know what, that guy, man, that guy's a cool character, man. That guy means well. Just imagine if that guy had the right information in front of him. I wonder what he can do. Because look, a lot of times we think that we have to have all the money in the world to change the world. Listen to that. A lot of times we think that, if I only had all the money in the world, I can change the world. Okay. And so a lot of times because we're like, man, well, if I only had all the money in the world, I would do something, right? And so we don't do anything. Like, we sit around and we just wait. But if you say, you know what, I'm gonna be proactive, and maybe by me sharing this knowledge to someone, me maybe connecting someone, maybe that person is going to be the one that changes the world. Maybe because I connected the dots, because I shared this information with someone that I saw, had a lot of potential. I saw someone because you got to change it. You're still changing someone's life. Like, you're changing someone's life. So because of you change someone's life. I always like to say this whenever I meet someone and I'm about to do a business deal with them. I take some time. I says, man, you know what? Before we get started, I'm just letting you know, like this is going to be part of the story, if you don't mind. I always say that. Do you mind if I include this in the story? And they say, well, what do you mean? I say, well, because this is the beginning of my story. Like, I haven't even lived the full extent of my story, but I know that one day I'm going to share my story, because my story is going to be so remarkable. It's going to be so life-changing. It's going to change so many lives. People are going to say, who were the characters in your life that you met during that path that helped you change the world? And I remember, Earl Revette, I remember we were having a conversation, and it was about purchasing a commercial bill. And I said, man, I just want to let you know, like, you're going to be part of my story. And he's like, well, what do you mean? I said, man, like you're going to be part of my story. Like, because we did this deal, because you gave me the opportunity, because we connected, lives are going to change, and you're part of that story. So Earl Revette, I share his name. He passed away. He has a picture of him right there. Look. This is my buddy right here, Earl Revett. He passed away, and he's part of my story. So look at this. So I'm sharing Earl Revett's story. Now I'm sharing because maybe his dream in life, you know, was to make a difference in the world, and maybe he never knew what that difference, how he was going to do that, but he did because he gave me an opportunity, and because he gave me an opportunity, now he's in my story. Now he's part of the story. Now he's into your lives, and that's what legacy is. This man wanted to create a legacy, and that's how he created the legacy, because he was just open, and he said, you know what, like, I'm not gonna be greedy. I'm gonna try to help as much people as I can, and it might not be in the way that I want to help them, because maybe he was like, man, if I have all the money in the world, imagine how many people I can help. Maybe that's what his idea was leaving a legacy was, but God had a different path for him. That God said, hey, maybe it's not so much in the money you have. Maybe it's in the opportunity that you create for other people, because now you give other people to flourish, and you give other people to share that seed of knowledge. You give other people to prosper, to fly, because I'm an eagle, and so I don't fly. I don't fly at standard elevation. I fly at a higher altitude. You understand? I fly at a higher altitude, so I'm able to fly further. I'm able to protect from these little pigeons. You see what I'm saying? So something one night, Earl, someone planted a seed in him to say, you know what, maybe you should give this kid an opportunity, because he's not going to be a chicken. He's going to be an eagle. And in order for you to leave a legacy, you got to plant seeds with eagles. I believe you're an eagle. And maybe right now you're like, man, saying, I feel like a chicken because, I haven't had the breaks. I haven't had the things, right? Well, maybe you're a baby eagle. Maybe you're just a baby eagle, and baby eagles don't fly. Like, see, baby eagles are not the same as big eagles. So maybe you're just a baby eagle developing. And see, the thing with that is, like, there's not a time limit for development. Like you don't. Like, you can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna develop from this age to this age, and once I miss that, then I'm done developing." Development starts whenever you decided to develop yourself. It's infinite. Like, it doesn't have no limits. It doesn't have no limits. So you can start young, you can start old, you can start today, you can start tomorrow. You can say, you know what, I'm behind today, so I'm gonna try to play catch up. Like, it doesn't have an expiration date. Like whenever you decide that, hey, you know what, now's my time. Like, your time never expired. Like, your time never expired. So, hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure y'all subscribe. Please share this video, man. Someone plant this seed to someone, man, because your legacy, it's gonna be your legacy. It's everybody has a legacy. It's just a lot of people are scared to because they don't know. Like, they don't know. For example, like, you might know someone that man, you know what? I know someone. Maybe he's an enemy, but I'm gonna share this video with them. Okay. Maybe that enemy, maybe because y'all are enemies, and because you had an eagle heart. Maybe you had an eagle heart, and he said, I'm gonna share this video anyway. Because it's not about me, it's about other people. It's about changing, right? So you share this video with someone that maybe you don't have a good relationship. Maybe they're a competitor, maybe they're an enemy. But because you were the bigger person, you shared that. So now what you did was you ignited something in this person that maybe changes their life and changes millions of people around the world. And now it's because of you. It's because of you They're gonna say because if you shared the video, you shared the knowledge, you shared the love, you shared the support, like now you're part of their story. It's just it's they can't share their story without you in it. It's powerful stuff, man. Hey guys, thanks for believing in me. I believe in everyone that watches, everybody that subscribes to this channel. I believe in you because you by you subscribing, you're just saying, you know what, maybe I'm not a full blown eagle yet. Maybe I'm a baby eagle. Maybe I'm still developing. Maybe I'm in transition. You can transition. Like, hey, everything's a transition. Today, my coach was telling me, my life coach, Tim Stroy, was saying, hey, you know what? We're just fine tuning you, like you as a person. And I said, you know what? I know because I'm not tuned correctly. I'm not tuned correctly because look, when motors come out of the factory, when you go buy a crate engine, that motor doesn't come tuned. You can't put that motor in and just take off running with it and be in a race. Like you have to put that motor in, and then you have to tune the motor. You have to keep okay, I'm gonna tune it. Okay, back this way. Boom, 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 boom. And that's time. Right now, all we're doing is we're just tuning your life. Right now, maybe your timing's off. If you're in the automotive, maybe your timing's off, and we're just kind of gonna turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it. Like maybe it needs a 360. Maybe it needs a 360 to get you back in the race. And I'm here to do that, man. Hey guys, much love, respect. Till next week, show some love. I'll put the links below. I want to see y'all purchase the $97, the binder, the journal. Like I said, if you get the 97 and then you get the journal, I'll get an email and I'll send you you'll get the binder for free. And we'll get on a call and I'll follow you on Instagram. I'll do all that good stuff, man. I'll show you some love. You get all that, man. You get VIP access. And when we have our massive action principle event, you're going to be the first and you're going to get major discounts. You get 50% off of those. We're looking to have something on the beach, maybe a beach house in Port A. Port A, look that up. Look up Port A, Texas, and you'll see how nice that is. Maybe get like a 10-bedroom house and have everybody out there have a mastermind event. Just share a bunch of knowledge. So hey guys, till next week.